Everybody, it's Tanya Atomic, and doing 31 days. The next film that we did was The Phantom of the Opera. I believe that was 1923 or could be 25. I'll put it in the description, but or in the title. This is the one with Lon Chaney, and I've seen this movie so many times. I love this movie. I've seen it so many times. The very first time I saw this movie, I actually watched it all the way through and thought it was so beautiful that I popped it back in and watched it again. So I basically watched it twice back to back. Kind of reminiscent of those days. Remember when you could stay in a movie theater if you paid the ticket to see the movie? You could stay in the theater and watch it repeatedly. And I don't think we, my family and I, have done that a couple times when I was young because we missed the beginning and we would stay and watch the beginning of the next one. If something happened, like traffic or something, and we were late, um, we would do that. We'd watch the movie and then we'd stay and watch the beginning at the end of the film we were in. So I've never actually sat and watched a movie twice, because I would have been too little to have done that by myself, and like, what kind of group was going to do that, like my family's not going to do that, but we did catch the beginning of a couple films when we were late. Anyway, I liked it so much, and I watched it twice. I watched this on the big screen at the Paramount with the Wurlitzer organ. It was amazing, and it was amazing to see it again. I love this film. I highly recommend this film. I mean, the story is great, the costumes are great, the acting is great. I mean, it is that silent film acting where it's exaggerated because, there's not audio, like speech to it. So, um, but it is, I mean, there's something about silent films and silent film acting that's like a translation. It's poetry. It's not, um, although some of the films have more realism than others. To me, there's something to the crafted poetry, the exaggeration, the fantasy, the makeup, and the acting that is its own art form. There's nothing like it. Once you bring in film with sound, everything changes, and you don't get it's almost like a dance. The characters almost dance and or act out in movement what the story is, what they're trying to say, and you don't get that when you add the sound to it. Um, so I think it's this particular film, it captures that and uses that kind of movement, expression, dance, if you will, to convey the story, to show the story. And I think that's when silent films are at their strongest. I think that this one definitely embodies that. Lon Chaney is great. His makeup is great. I mean, all the characters do a really good job. I don't remember the names of all the characters, but and the dancers are great. Some of the background stagehands just do such a good job. The sets are so beautiful. It's this opera, and then there's the cavernous underground where the Phantom lives. It just is so epic and so beautiful. Also, the use of the tinting of the film, the different colors. For nighttime they use blue, and that they would do that quite often in different films. I've seen that in several films, but this one is unique, I think, because the color. They do so many different color washes. They do it like the sepia and red and I think green also, and then the nighttime scenes are blue. And then they even have a dance where it's shot in early color film. And if anyone's seen any early color film, there's a real separation. Like there's a lot of bright reds and a lot of blues. They can't, like, the colors aren't quite right, and then there's like these greens. And but then the skin is sort of like a peach tone, that's kind of interesting, and it's like the color's trying to come out, but it's not true to color, so it has a unique look to it. But yeah, it's really interesting. It's really interesting. It's fascinating. I think it's definitely worth seeing this movie, and then the story of Phantom of the Opera, where the Phantom was very bitter because he's terribly burned, hurt by life, had a bad lot in life, and blames, it's like him against the world, and he uses that to excuse a lot of his horrific behavior towards the people at the opera house. And there's a woman who sings, who he becomes enamored with, and he basically harms the people around her so that she can benefit, and that he can get her and have her alone. And of course, he's hideously disfigured, and also he's does some really bad things. He's not a good person. um, this, yeah, I highly recommend this. It's so good. I almost skipped it because I was so familiar with it for a movie that I haven't seen, but I loved it so much. We decided to watch it again, and I wasn't disappointed. And stay tuned. We're doing the whole Universal horror this year for 31 days.